we'll start off with Evan Bland.
Hey, Will, nice wins today.
Thank you.
How encouraging was it the way you guys went about sweeping this thing? I guess especially on offense, it seemed like a lot of different hitters, a lot of different ways you guys scored. How encouraging was just the way that you guys were able to generate some runs?
Yeah, I thought it was it was team oriented. It was keeping the line moving. It was passing on to the next guy. It was taking our walks. Over the course of the day, I believe we had 10 or 11 3-2 wins at the plate. That's something we keep track of and kind of hang our hats on. If you want to be a competitive offense, you've got to really win those 3-2 counts. And we had like I said, 10 or 11 of those over the course of the day. Took our walks, set up some innings, and knocked them down, obviously, with some big swings. And that's what you got to have. You got to have 1 through 9 in the order. And then we saw it today. We saw guys come off the bench and have quality at-bats when we needed it. That's where the depth really comes into play. I mean, you saw outfielders switching positions, guys going all three spots in the infield today. We're pretty versatile, and it allows us to make some moves at times when we need them.
When you guys win the first game the way that you do, how much did the momentum carry into that second game, or was that a completely different thing?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, it looks like it did. And then they were really close to getting out of that inning with no damage there, with 2 outs and the bases loaded. And Luke obviously, didn't miss his pitch when he got it. So that's a big swing. I thought our at bats were really good to start that second game there. I thought Bunn set the tone on the mound to allow us to do that. And yeah, I think when you put up 12 in the first 3 innings, you feel like you probably have carried a little bit of momentum over. I think more than anything, it was just a byproduct of guys staying focused, and just having the ability to compete every at bat. That's what I thought today. Even though we were skillful a little bit, I thought their left-hander did a really nice job against us. I feel like we were still just very competitive, just moving the ball with 2 strikes, and it ended up paying off.
Chris Bassinet.
Well, you mentioned the versatility as a coach. How much fun is it to, have pieces like that you can move around and kind of mix and match? Do you find that a challenge? Or as a coach, do you find that to kind of be one of the more fun parts of your job, trying to kind of figure all that out?
Yeah, my lineup card had a lot of scratches through it, and guys changing positions, and a lot to keep up with. I think the cool thing is like when you get in those type situations, sometimes you just run out of options you just like, well, I've just got to put a guy in a spot that he's never been before. And that really wasn't the case, even though maybe we were just moving around. I mean, we've had guys that play different spots just like that. And again, it just means that you've got some depth, and you've got some selfless players, some guys that are just willing to do what it takes to help the team win.
Michael Bruns.
Well, so far this weekend, you've had kind of your super seniors really contributing a lot. I mean, Mojo had the big hit yesterday. Luke hitting well today. I mean, those guys. I mean, has it taken a little bit more for them to maybe not buy in? But I mean, are you seeing kind of the maturation process continue for those guys, even though they've played a ton of baseball at Nebraska?
Yeah, I'm happy for those guys. Not the way our season ended last year, and them not sure if they were going to ever be able to play baseball for the Huskers again. And then those guys making the decision to come back and play. They've all been huge. I mean, Acker has had really good at-bats for us. Just each at-bat seems like it's a 3-2 count. He's just been very competitive. Mojo has been a very selfless player. We've seen him really transition his game into being just the guy that's going to be willing to lay down a bunt, compete with 2 strikes, move the baseball. He's obviously played a great left field. And Roscom, can't say enough about him. I mean, just some of the strides he's made as a hitter. He's always been a guy who's known the game, but also been a self-admitted tinkerer at the plate, where when he's going good, he thinks, man, if I just do this, I can be even better. I think what he's really done is he's simplified his approach, and he's simplified his mechanics this year. And honestly, I saw it coming from him. And when we were having our live at bats in the Gordon, I mean, he was driving the ball to the big part of the field, and that's what we've seen him do this year. And he's filled in and played first base this weekend. He's obviously caught the ball really well for us as well. So those guys have been great. couldn't be more thankful for their leadership, probably more than anything. They've been fantastic that way.
With a 4-game weekend, how's the bullpen kind of set up for you for tomorrow?
I still feel like we have a lot of guys available. We got, Brad could bounce back, and we haven't seen Schreiber yet this weekend. Olsen hasn't thrown. I mean, we've still got several guys. Hallmark, we've got several guys that could come in, and we just need Shea to get us off to a good start, throw the ball over the plate, let our defense work, and we've got guys behind him to finish it off.
Back to Evan Bland.
Hey, what was Spencer okay? I mean, he kind of came off a little awkwardly maybe. What's his situation?
Yeah, I think he's okay. I haven't heard anything officially. We were actually going to get him off the field there in that game as the score got a little bit lopsided. I think he's fine. He kind of banged himself up a little bit on the turf last week at Iowa. I don't think it's going to be much of an issue, and we wanted to get him off the field and honestly save his bullets with his arm as well, having pitched and played shortstop for a couple of games prior to that.
And just wanted to ask quick about Jake Buns, too. Is he still on some kind of a pitch limit generally, and what did you see from him today?
Yeah, he's built himself up now. I think he threw just over 70 pitches today maybe. So he's built himself up to that point now. A little bit, I don't want to say setback, but last week just coming out of the bullpen, and not starting, probably didn't allow him to let his pitch count climb up probably to about the 85 mark just yet. But I thought he was good. I thought he probably could have gone back out if we needed him to, but like we said, he was right at about 70, and I thought his fastball was really good. I thought his attack was good. His misses were pretty small. Landed the breaking ball some, and just the fastball had a good finish to it. And it was good to see him hold his velocity too. He looked like he was still low 90s there at his 70th or so pitch.
All right, guys. Thanks for the time today. We'll see you tomorrow.